Facebook land. This is still going. Live.
There you go.
Hello, everybody in Facebook land. This is our second Facebook Live video. We're doing them every other Tuesday. So there'll be 26 of them in a year total. So today I want to welcome you. I'm so glad that you're watching us. It's one way for us to connect with everybody that is in our world in an easy way in your comfortable jammies or at your house or your workplace, wherever you are, or if it's 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. But right now it's just lunchtime here in Grand Rapids. I'm at the Raybrook location. And today I'm just going to keep it real basic and talk to you about the beginnings of Kaczmarski Hearing Services and oddball things like why we even named it Kaczmarski Hearing Services. Why would we call it that name? So a little bit about myself. I am Dr. Beckie Kaczmarski. I grew up in Detroit, in the city of Detroit, the Northwest Side, and I went to St. Agatha High School and Bishop Borges High School in Detroit, and I graduated in 1982, a long time ago. And I then went to Central Michigan University, and I did not know what I wanted to do, if I was going to go into business or health or math or teaching or anything. I had no clue what I wanted to do. I just wanted to go to college. So I was lucky enough that my mom and dad got to send me to college. And I, of course, had a lot of fun at CMU first year or two. And then I fell into a speech pathology class. And I thought, oh, that's something I could do. And then I took a few classes in speech language pathology, and I thought that was interesting. And then I found out how not creative I was, because you need to have a little bit of creativeness for therapies like that, especially working with children. And I had an introduction to audiology class, and that was something that clicked for me because there was high tech and high touch. And that's something that I enjoy, the technology part of hearing, the hearing aids and the testing and that type of thing. And then the high touch is the counseling and the working with people and improving people's lives. So who wouldn't want to go to work every day and improve somebody's life? I think that's something that's was always a goal of mine that I just didn't know about, but I now am glad I learned. So I took my first audiology class probably 1984 or 1985, and I was learning that in order to get a degree in audiology, you needed to get your master's degree. And at that time, I hardly even knew what a master's degree was. So I said, okay, I'll get my master's degree. So every year that went by, I got deeper in debt, and it was worth every penny. So I ended up with my master's degree. I left CMU in 1986, but I got my thesis done in 1987. And that's when I was working across town in Grand Rapids at Comprehensive Audiologic Services. I worked there for 7 years. And that's where we saw a lot of children in the area. We saw a lot of kids in the Grand Rapids area with anywhere from age 3 months old on up to 103. So that's where I got all my experience. I had a wonderful experience there, wonderful people to work with. And then an opportunity came up in Grand Rapids that a person in town who was less than ethically positively seen was getting out of his practice. And then I thought, well, I can turn that around and really, really help people. So over in Chateau Center in 44th Street in Burlingame, Wyoming, it was my first location. And it was a storefront location. And it was 1994 that I started my private practice. That's 26 years ago. That's a quarter of a century ago. So I started all by myself. And I did not have a secretary. I didn't have a cleaning lady. I did not do anything in particular that really was out of this crazy world, other than doing the right thing. That was very important to me, to just be patient-centered and do the right thing for everybody that walked in the door. Everybody was an individual. And back in the day, our motto was treat you like family. Well, we did. Everybody was like an aunt and uncle to me. I enjoyed the personalities. I worked with people that I still work with to this day, that I've known all these years. So there's a lot of loyalty and a lot of longevity with a lot of our patients that way. A lot of children that I saw are now in their 20s and 30s, and they have children of their own now. So it's nice to see those things change, how you can change and impact somebody's life so positively when somebody who really cares about what your hearing life is like, then it can really improve people's lives, and that's what I did. In 2006, I received my Doctor of Audiology degree from A.T. Still University, which is an osteopathic College of Medicine out of A.T. Still University. I have Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine, which is in Kansas City, but A.T. Still University is in Arizona, and that's where I did my long distance doctoral degree program. And that's the same year I had my last child. Maximus was born. The day after he was born, I started my AUD, then doctoral program. So that was a nice challenge, but I had, plenty of time to work and raise a family and go to school. So if you want something really bad, you make it work. So then Kaczmarski Hearing Services was growing. In 1996, I hired my first secretary. So I went 2 years without any help. I just answered the phones. People were very understanding, taking in all the orders and processing things, and that's how you learn. So you learn to do your practice, and then you can teach how things should go. That way you're more familiar with what happens in your practice. And things have changed a lot since then. We were working a lot in 1995 with hearing aids made by 3M. 3M had one of my favorite programmable hearing aids. They weren't digital yet, but I had 8 programs that you could page through and finding a different listening environment for you to hear best in. And it was a DOS system. It wasn't even Windows based. It was one of the first computer systems for hearing aids out there, and I liked those quite a bit. Helped a lot of people with those. And then the digital hearing aid platform came out, and that was a whole nother ball to deal with and interesting things. And 26 years later, I have the 4 locations: Grand Rapids, Wyoming, Walker, and Canadian Lakes, as a day a week, every Thursday, and 10 employees. And I have to now brag about my employees. Every one of them are very special to me. They are the heartbeat of Kaczmarski Hearing Services. They do everything patient-centered, and that's really what matters. Is what happens with each patient individually is how I've always been. And I think when you go to a giant place, you kind of get lost in the shuffle. You're just a number. That is something that we don't let happen here. So every person that walks in the door here is very important to us. So in 1994, when we opened our practice, my husband and I, we were married for 32 years, and we didn't buy the practice. We took the location over so we could start with our own practice and new name. So we thought, well, we could name it Ears for Everybody. We could name it anything general like that. And we said, no, let's use Kaczmarski. Even though it's hard to spell and hard to say, it's certainly something you'd remember. And there is a fairly large population of Polish people in this end of town, but it sure makes it hard to forget. It's the one with the SKI over there in Wyoming, the hearing lady. So we named it Kaczmarski Hearing Services, and that's what's stuck ever since. So now a lot of people have seen our ads, they've seen our TV spots and that kind of thing. They've seen this face for 26 years, and Kaczmarski Hearing Services hopefully is a little bit more well known than it was years ago. I think that the future of audiology and the future of Kaczmarski Hearing Services is very strong and very healthy. I think that when we pretty much practice concierge audiology, where we schedule enough time to keep that relationship with patients, because without a good relationship with the patients, you're just a number, and that's something that is hard to find these days, and that's something I want to maintain. In this environment with insurance companies and that type of thing is difficult, but it's secure. It's something that people know, that people are willing to pay for, willing to wait for, and they know that they're going to get special attention here at Kaczmarski Hearing Services. So that's a little bit about my life. I have 3 beautiful, beautiful sons. Carl Jr. he'll be 20 in February. He goes to Grand Valley State University, and he is studying double major in music and business. And he has just moved out of the house, and I survived. We did okay. And my middle son is Leo. He's named after my dad, and he is a senior at Granville High School. And he is attending the construction management program at KCTC and at Granville High School. And he's a very talented guy. He's also a drummer. And Maximus is soon to be 16, and he is a sophomore at Granville High School, and he's currently enjoying the symphony, playing upright bass in the symphony at Granville High School. So I'm very proud of my 3 musician children. There's never a dull moment in my house, but I promise you, all 3 of my children have perfect hearing. They wear their earplugs and hearing protection all the time. So hopefully they'll be the most hearing conservation aware musicians in Michigan. So that is a little bit about me and my family, and we are here for you. I'm always available. I don't see patients anymore myself. I'm running the practice, but I'm always at every location sometime during the week. So if anybody ever wants to talk with me, I'm always available. Just let me know what your needs are, and I'm sure that my stellar staff will take care of your needs. So I'm always up for hearing how patients are doing. We talk with my staff all the time about how things are going and changing with the trends. And even though change is good, sometimes we want to keep the traditional lifestyle that we are all used to having. So that's it. I'm going to keep it a little short today. We will see you in a couple weeks with another topic. So keep listening, and if you have any suggestions for anything, let me know. But we'll keep going. So I enjoy doing these, and we will see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.